What's going on, everybody? This is Nick Carboni with WCNC Charlotte. I hope everybody can hear me. We wanted to fire up a Facebook Live as we are live in Washington, D.C., Audi Field, the home of D.C. United. This is where Charlotte FC is going to make its long-awaited debut tomorrow night. This is a team that a lot of people in Charlotte have always wanted. We first heard about it in a big way when Panthers owner David Tepper mentioned the letters MLS at his opening Panthers press conference back in 2018. That was the summer of 2018. And then it really took off, right? So December of 2019 is when the league and Commissioner Don Garber officially awarded Tepper and Charlotte the team that didn't have a name yet. And that was a really big day in Brooklyn, New York. We were there for that. So they got the team. Of course, unfortunately, COVID hits, so that delayed everything by 1 year. Charlotte FC was actually supposed to make its debut last year, not tomorrow night. But anyway, they got minted as Charlotte FC in the summer of 2020. There were a lot of options for names. I know a lot of people had opinions, but Charlotte Football Club or Charlotte FC is what they ultimately went with. Pretty strong, sleek, solid name. A lot of good reasoning for the name and for the logo that they have. And the black jerseys, the blue jerseys, and the mint jerseys that they have as well. So we're here to answer any questions you guys might have and just want to talk about this soccer team. I know a lot of people are excited. Our plane from Charlotte to D.C. this morning was full of Charlotte FC fans, even team and broadcast personnel. We saw Charlotte FC colors and scarves and jackets just about everywhere. So a couple things about the team. I think fans are going to have to be patient. They don't have a lot of top-line talent. They don't have a lot of goal-scoring talent at the moment. In the MLS, they have what are called designated players. These are players that you can pay beyond the salary budget maximum for. So this is the MLS way to get top-line talent, a way to get expensive players and mostly productive goal-scoring players on the team. So they only have one. His name is Karol Swiderski, and it doesn't sound like he is going to play tomorrow night against DC United. He is in his home country of Poland, dealing with some passport and visa issues. It's not as easy as you may think. I know everybody knew when the game was going to be for a long time, but you're dealing with local governments. Obviously, that part of the world is just not very. That he is going to be back in DC to play tomorrow night. As I said, he's their only designated player, really talented 25-year-old striker who hopefully will have a good season, just might not be tomorrow night. And they've got Rios from Nashville, I believe, a forward. They just acquired him in the last couple of days. He will be available tomorrow night. So Charlotte FC is going to have to deal with a lack of talent up top for most of the season, at least the very beginning. Part of the way they could make up for that is with their coach's style, his game model, as they call it. Miguel Ramirez from Spain, really successful for a couple of years in South America. His style is not something that is used in MLS. It's a possession style game, which means if the other team brings the ball to your end and you collect possession of it, you're going to basically pass it back and forth between the goalkeeper and the defense, swinging it side to side and trying to find that right moment and that right space to go on the attack on the other end. And the goal is to have a numbers advantage on the other end. So if you're familiar with basketball and they say numbers in a transition break, that means you're 3-on-2, you're 2-on-1. Miguel Ramirez never wants to be even or at a disadvantage numbers wise. So they're going to do everything they can in the first and second line of the field to try to get that numbers advantage on the other end. So what we saw in this team's friendly matches in Charleston, a lot of 1-0, 0-0 draws, not a lot of scoring from Charlotte FC, unfortunately. But on the other hand, that could help you against teams that do have more talent, which is going to be a lot. I think DC United has 2 designated players on their roster. So if you play that possessive, controlling style successfully, you can win some games and matches that maybe people don't think you can. really built for a strong middle of the field, center backs, midfielders. They have a lot of depth in those areas. I think that is something they feel very good about. I think they feel very good about their goalkeeper, Kalinka. So that could help keep scores low and allow maybe a goal to sneak you a victory in a match. We'd love to see that happen tomorrow night here at DC United. They're not, the best team in the league. It's certainly possible that it could happen. And then they're home the next weekend against, high profile team like LA Galaxy. But right now we're really just excited. I think fans are excited no matter what the results are, especially early on. Charlotte FC plays DC United tomorrow night, and then the following Saturday night, of course, they're home against LA Galaxy. And I was just told that 70,000 tickets have now been sold. They're trying to get to 75,000, which would be an MLS record for a game. I think it's somewhere in the 74,000 range. So they're just trying to blow it out of the water with 75,000. That's what they expect. They've sold 70,000, so there's still some tickets available. I can tell you it's going to be a crazy night. We've already been in touch with about 200 or 300 fans that are here in DC for this match. So, multiply that by however many for next Saturday night. Tomorrow night at 6, you can watch us. We'll be marching with the fans. This is the Navy Yard district of Washington, D.C. There's Nationals Park, if you can kind of see it off in the distance. So they're going to be in this area tailgating, and they're going to march right here to Audi Field right before the match. And they've got all their organic, chants, tifos, drumming. I mean, everything that these supporters groups have created for a team that was basically just created out of thin air. So it's going to be really exciting to see. And then, of course, new chants and new, supporters traditions will grow as the team grows and as the team plays. So we're excited to be here. We've got more live hits coming up on WCNC Charlotte at 5 o'clock. We're going to hear from some fans. We couldn't help it. Everybody was on the airplane with us, so we had to talk to some fans about how excited they are to be here and what they think of the team. Then at 5:45, Taylor Twellman, if you follow sports or MLS, you know that name. He's an MLS legend, scored over 100 goals, played with the New England Revolution, is now the lead MLS analyst for ESPN. I talked to him yesterday one-on-one about the team and about his expectations, and he was really complimentary of the fan base. He's grown up around U.S. soccer his whole life, and he knows that the Carolinas were a place that was deserving of and really wanted a club, and here they are. They're going to have it first match tomorrow night. So I appreciate everybody being here with us tonight. If you have any questions here at the last minute, just drop them down, and hope you enjoy all of our Charlotte FC coverage on WCNC Charlotte the rest of tonight. Tomorrow for the first match, we'll be live at 6, and then again at 11 here at Audi Field. And of course, all week next week in the Queen City is going to be all about Charlotte FC. We cannot wait for that. And that first match Saturday night, we'll be covering that heavily as well. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. And if you have a question that I wasn't able to get to, you can just drop it in the comment section, and I will try to get it after in between some of these live hits. So thanks, everybody, for joining us. Have a good night, and hope you enjoy watching Charlotte FC tomorrow.